Hi everyone, this is Ava from Soul GPS. Welcome to part 9 of our series of how manipulators, abusers use words against you. And today we're going to get really serious because we're talking about direct threats and how important it is to really take them seriously. You know, so many people report when they tell me the stories that, you know, things seem to be going so nice and so well in their relationship, and suddenly everything just falls apart. The mask drops, the prince charming or the princess, you know, suddenly become demonic. They begin to see a completely different side of them, and the slurs, the words that come out of their mouths are just absolutely atrocious and scary, absolutely frightening. And what is really scary though is what happens to a lot of the victims because of how much they have been trained or entrained rather, you know, to minimize the abuse, to minimize the words that they're saying, to ignore them because they so badly want things to be well, to go well, that after the storm passes and things return to the normal, right? That the cycle of abuse goes from being really intense and damaging and destructive back to them, you know, becoming sweet and nice and charming them with words and using a whole bunch of emotional tactics, which I have endeavored to give to you guys in this series. They forget about it, right? Oh no, it's going to be fine, it's going to be better, and this. But what a lot of people don't pause to consider is that it is, and this is frightening, I know, but it's when the mask drops, that's when you're seeing the truth. That's when you, and the things that they're telling you is you need to take seriously. I remember when you know, in my last relationship, when things just got so violent, suddenly they escalated. That's what always happens. It always gets worse. You know, they break your boundaries one step at a time. They will, you know, they got you to this level. They're gonna try harder next time. So that's what happened to me. But it happened so quickly. Now I know why, because there were a lot of things at stake, apparently. But it happened so quickly that when he looked at me and he told me, you know, what he really thought and how he really felt, I thought, you know, I'll do the postmortem later, but now I need to get out of here as fast as I can. And I was there was like being in a nightmare, you know. It took a week just to kind of like get my senses back. It took another couple of weeks to kind of like, you know, get my footing and start to feel a little bit better. And then it took months of recovery to get better. But in hindsight, you know, looking back at all the things that he had said and all the things that he had done to in his previous relationships that he was really open about, it's like, why did I ignore that? The signs were there. And so many of us do the same thing, is we ignore it because we want things to work out. And the thing is that they will work out, but not with this person. If this person has already shown you who they are, believe them, because you're really seeing the truth right now. So don't ignore it. And if they're going to tell you things like, and I'm going to get graphic here, that they're going to rape you, that they're going to kill you, that they're going to kill your kids, that they're going to, you know, do this and that, believe them. Again, I don't know if it's the desensitization we get from watching violent movies these days, or whether it is really that hope, that toxic, malignant hope. But whatever it is, you know, pack yourself up and run. And if you can at all, you know, protect yourself with legal documentation, file orders of protection. You know, there are all sorts of things you can do. You know, I'm not a lawyer, and I don't deal with these things, but you know, there are certain things. Let me see, what did I write something here? You know, there a lot of them stalk. So if you have been stalked, let the police know, let people know in your area. But if you have any kind of a legal documentation that you can obtain from the police or from any, you know, any other, institution, then while it may not be enough to 100% fully protect you, if we're dealing with a nut job, you know, who's capable of doing some real horrific things, but it can be enough to at least stop them in the tracks and make them feel like it's too much work, right? Because they are inherently lazy, at least some of them are. And the narcissists, I know they're just, you know, if it's too much, once you out them, they're gone. But the sociopaths, the psychopaths, they can be much more vengeful and they can plan things for a long time. But still, having anything that's been reported where other people know about this and they know that other people know might be just enough for them to kind of, take their attention away from you and put it on other things. Obviously, this is not going to make the problem fully go away, because now they're going to go and do it again, right, with somebody else. But at least you don't have to worry about it, and at least there's been some red flags that have been raised on a higher level, on the community level, where these people can get a record or something. Something can be done. So bottom line about this video, really what I wanted to tell you is that if horrible things have happened to you, if the abuse has escalated from verbal to physical abuse, if you have been hit and been told that it's your fault, you made me do this, that sort of bullshit. Take this seriously, report it, speak up. You most likely are in the so-called fog, which is the fear, obligation, guilt thing that Susan Forward writes about in her book, Emotional Blackmail. Great book, by the way. You're in the fog, you're in a trance. I call it more of a trance. I find that almost every relationship carries some form of a trance. The question is how close it is to reality, right? And that's kind of your job here to get the validation that you need in order to, like a reality check, in order so that you're able to tell what is real and what isn't. Because again, these people can tell you fantastic stories that they want you to believe just so that they can continue abusing you. So get your validation, whether it is with a therapist, whether it is with a coach, whether it is with a friend, with a trusted friend, with family. Tell your story, speak up, demand that people do things so that you're protected, your children are protected, your family is protected. Because again, these people do not think straight. They're damaged very badly. And while some of us want to feel like bad for them, it's like there's got to be a limit to it. Of course, we have to approach things with compassion. But if somebody knows that the thoughts that they're having are immoral or are the words they're saying, that the behavior is wrong, and they continue doing that rather than seeking help, finding a way to improve themselves, now we're dealing with something really serious and something really skewed. So protect yourself, value your life, value the life of your family, and take the appropriate action to protect yourself. I know that this is a nightmare if you're going through this. I know I've been there. I've worked with a lot of people who have been there, but let me tell you, it always gets better. And it's especially better when you're on the other side of it, when you have put the right actions in place so that you're safe, and now you can work on healing yourself and building a beautiful life away from those people, so you can be safe. So know that they're dangerous. These people are dangerous. They're not kidding. And they're telling you something really awful that they're going to do to you. They mean it. It may just take some time until they get to that point. Of course, they want to intimidate you with their words. That they're trying to get their way. They're trying to get out of situations. They're trying to put all of their blame on you. It is just awful. And this is where your righteous anger really should kick in and come in. Not necessarily displayed in front of the abuser, because that's only going to it can make things worse. But between you and you, like that's it. It ends with me, no more. And learn to stand up for yourself. I'll tell you, like these relationships are so extreme and painful, but in the end, ultimately, they teach us the best lesson that there is in life, which is to put ourselves first, to protect ourselves, to not believe in fantasy, to validate things according to reality. That relationships, friendships take time to develop, and that you are in power to make your life the way you want it. You do have that power, so don't give it away to the people who don't deserve it. So, okay, I'm going to end right here for this one. I'm sending you lots of really good vibes, positive energy. If it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe for more videos on how to protect yourself from cluster B personality disordered people who, are out there with the full intention to destroy you and hurt you and get their way, and also how to heal from those relationships and work on yourself in a way so that you have a really wonderful life, and one day you look at it as one of the greatest lessons that ever happened to you, and you use it for your highest good. Become the alchemist of your life. So I'm sending you again lots of love, and I will see you in video 10 when we're going to talk about the word salad. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, and of course, share your stories, ideas, questions, comments below, and let's support each other. So, let us know what's up so we can help. All right, take care. Bye.